Hello everybody, it's Max McAllister from Traction Dynamics. Today I'm going to show you how we've done a split of the USB cable in the glove box on the new Honda GoldWing to send a USB cord up the left handlebar so that people can mount their cell phone or other accessory you want powered up here by your left hand. And so we've been doing this from the back of the bike for several projects we've been doing, but I had the idea to do the same thing the other day towards the front of the bike. So what we do is we just take one of these USB splitter cables. These are readily available on Amazon. There's multiple brands. You can just find one. So a lot of people ask me for the links to the things we're using, but in this case, you might buy one brand and the next week they're not available, but anyway, there's a bunch of them, male on one end, two females on the other. You want to make sure that it's data capable so that your phone will still work properly. All we did was take the Honda factory USB cable. Now, by the way, you'll have to have your tank shelter and everything off to do this. But we pop the rubber grommet out of the glove box, push it out backwards, and take the cable out here to the side. Honda has the grommet. It grips the cable pretty nicely, and then they've got it electrical taped to locate it in place on the line. And so you can unravel the electrical tape, take a pair of electrical cutters and nip the grommet. So you'll take a pair of electrical cutters, nip the grommet so that it splits, and you might, trim real gently with a razor blade there to get to the thin part and get it open. And then you'll I measured the distance of the stock cable was hanging in the box. Then you can put this back around it, re-tape this with electrical tape there, and then force this back into the box. Now you've got your splitter. You'll plug the Honda factory USB into it, and then you get a short extension of about 3 feet to run up to the handlebar. You'll plug that cord in there. You can go source some giant heat shrink, or you can just electrical tape this really nicely. Again, I don't buy cheap electrical tape. I recommend getting the expensive stuff, the 3M stuff. They do sell it at Home Depot, but if you look for the 3M section, they have really high-end electrical tape that works and acts like factory electrical tape. It's very pliable and sticks and doesn't unravel and doesn't make a mess. So it's better. I'm sorry, Scotch. Here's the stuff we've been using. Scotch Super, I don't have my glasses, here we go. Scotch Super 33 Plus, this stuff is really nice. And then you will trace the wire through up here, and actually it's easiest to start with the upper wire and pass it through. You can do this with this console in place, but once you're at this point, there's 2 Allen bolts to take the console and stand it up out of the way. That makes it really, really easy. It's just once your shelter's off, to stand your console up. There's multiple videos on this on the internet about how to do that. So you'll take the cable. There's 2 little tiny Allen screws here that hold this cover on. Remove those 2 Allen screws. Start by laying the cable at the top. Now, I leave it short like this and real close because no matter what you do, you're going to have a jumper of some nature to go to whatever the accessory is you want. So I leave this clean so it's not ever flopping anywhere. Start at the top and put the cover back and put the top screw in. Don't tighten it, get it close, and that'll help you with getting the cable routed. The second screw is a little trickier to get started because it's in a terrible location. So be careful not to cross-thread that or mess that up. From there, let me see that camera. You're going to want to follow the path of the stock Honda line. So down the handlebar and it's going to be hard to see under here, but we have it curve under and follow the brake lines here down, and I zip tie it down with the brake lines in 2 places to make sure that when you're turning the handlebars that you don't have any cable interference with anything. From there, we just pass it through the electrical stuff. There's a port down, an easy hole you can find up through this angle, and there's our USB cord running right here along there, comes out, and we join up there, and now that's installed. You want to take care to do a nice job of tucking everything up in. The USB connectors can be bulky or cumbersome, as you can see, so there's a lot of space in between the fuel tank and the airbox there to do that. And so we tucked our stuff on this customer's bike up behind this bracket here, and this is the buzzer. We'll snap that back in place. Now everything's clean and out of the way. And this is in the factory location and factory length inside the box. So you don't need a lot of slack in there, truthfully, because again, whatever is in your glove box, you're going to have some sort of jumper on. All right, so there's an easy way to add a USB port up to your left handlebar on your bike, and that will be tied into USB 1 on your box, because USB 1 is that port that's there. USB 2 is the passenger one, keep in mind, typically. So you know, on this bike, we happen to be doing it in both places. So we're splitting one up into the trunk. We're going to have one that goes for the passengers, for the driver's backrest, so that this guy's wife can plug in her cell phone with whatever she wants to power it and keep it charged. So there's that look at how to do that. So I'm Max. Don't forget to like this video if you like it, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and that's what helps me keep all this cool content coming. So thanks.